us revival. Our hearts are set on you. Revival, and our hearts are set on you. And give us revival, and pour out your spirit on your children, fresh and anew. Revival, we want to seek your face. Give us revival and fill us your children with your mercy and your grace. And I'll forever see your face and love you more. And I'll forever give my all to live for your cause. Give us revival. We want to seek your face. And give us revival and fill us your children with your mercy and your face and love you more.
All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cabin Fever. It's Monday, the 30th of March. And has anybody been doing anything during the month of March, or have you just been kind of laying around and taking it easy? I don't know. It's kind of not what I've been doing. I've been online with you guys a lot during this time, and been getting a lot of great feedback about the podcast. And man, we just weren't expecting that. We're just trying to do something positive for people to have a little break from all the craziness that's going on of just sitting around wondering and being worried and thinking about quarantining and all kinds of things like that. Man, we had a great first week. Wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. Maybe that's probably what our problem was. But we've had a great time so far. Today is no exception. I got a couple of great guests that are going to be on with us today. But now, listen, some folks have been asking about the chat rooms and things like that, and how do I get to talk to you and things like that. Listen, I'm actually ahead of you. By the time you see it, it's about 2 or 3 minutes for me. But if you want to go ahead and drop in some comments there or questions, if we don't get to them on the show, we can actually get them to you next time. I know a lot of folks had a lot of folks for our guest on Friday, which was Dr. Mark Sherwood, and so we were trying to answer those back in the chat room. So if we don't get to it online or on the live part of the show, then you can turn around and put those in the chat comments, and we'll come back and get them later. All right, so today we're going to just continue with the positive vibe that we've been trying to put out there and keep everybody's mind off all the craziness that's going on and what you're facing. And today I got another great guest with me here, and I'm hoping that I got everything set up right. I believe I do. Let me just make sure. And right now, I am so pleased and so excited to have with me my good friend, Dr. Dave Martin from Motor City Church in Detroit, Michigan. Dave, how are you?
Detroit, Michigan. I'm great. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Is it warm up there yet, or is it still kind of cold?
The palm trees are blowing. The wind through my hair.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
when I found out you were going to Detroit, I was like, man, that has to be God, because I know Dave does not does not care for cold weather at all.
It, it has to be God. I remind them of that all the time.
Now, how long have you been there? You got up
Uh,
there,
yeah, just December, the end of December.
and launch day was supposed to happen the day the lockdown came down.
Yes, yeah. Well, we were able to still do our launch
You were
Sunday,
okay, great.
but it was crazy, because it was half the churches were already shut down. You could do gatherings of 250 or more, and so it affected us for sure, but we still went forward. And then the next week, of course, we had to go to online. So
Oh my
so
gosh.
here we are, 3 weeks in.
3 weeks in, and you're just are you doing it from your office, or are you doing like some of the other pastors are going to the church and having the band and everybody do their thing, and you do it from the platform, or what are you doing?
We are doing a pre-recorded kind of version of it. So the band has done a couple songs, and then I'll do the teaching, and we've dropped it down to about 45 minutes,
Yeah.
and they've done a great job. Looks really good, but it's not like being with everybody for
Well,
sure.
that's for sure. So I don't know what happened there. We lost you for a second.
And
It's the end of the world. It's the podcast. No, 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 no. So, Dave, listen, if anybody's been familiar with your ministry at all, they would know that you're just one of the most positive, motivating speakers I know. And I got to know you through my father-in-law, through Bob Harrison, coming to his events. But now you're kind of all around the world, and now pastoring a church and keeping your people positive and motivated. Man, just tell us, what's a good way to stay motivated right now during all this?
I'm trying to keep that saying I'm known for. The rest of your life will be the best of your life.
Yeah.
I try to keep saying that to myself right now. It's a choice, really, as we know it in anything. This isn't the worst crisis we've ever been through. We've been through many before, and I'm sure we'll have more after this. And so, knowing that, and then, of course, just staying with the word. What does the word say? Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when you go through trials. It says in James. So, hey, I'm like, I love a gift, so I'm just going to accept the gift and Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Got it. Sounded like a vacuum cleaner on or something all of a sudden.
I'm sorry about that. It might be somebody in one of the other rooms here at the
Uh,
house. So
no, no worries, no worries. But uh, so when you get tests and trials from every kind, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to keep a lot of laughter going.
yeah,
Uh, on my Instagram and all that, just trying to keep jokes coming and keep people laughing. Laughter is like a medicine, and so I'm just looking at it. Hey, this is my medicine to keep me protected from the virus.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's my
I saw the video that you posted the other night of you and Christine looking for a hair dryer.
yeah. That was only after 8 days of quarantine. Wait till you see 12 or 13 days coming.
Are you going to grow
But
your hair back out by then?
that's I might. But I'm trying to of course, stay in the word as a believer, stay in the word, but also just stay motivated and using this time to really to grow, to listen, to learn, to and staying away from CNN so much, constant negative news, and focusing on something that's more fun. Call my friends like you and
Yeah,
laugh a little bit and talk about the stuff we've done, and it's an opportunity to do those kind of things. So I'm trying to stick with that, and then like I said, the word says that we're supposed to count it joy. We're going to go through trials, and but be of good cheer. So, hey, why not smile a little
that's
bit?
right. That's right. Now, I'm going to post it afterwards. Most of you don't know Dr. Dave and I and my brother-in-law actually took part in the Harlem Shake craze that was going on a few years ago. And I'm sure most people think it's buried and hidden away somewhere, but I know where it is, and I'm going to post it
Oh
today.
boy,
And I'm going to post it on your church page so everybody can see their pastor up there.
perfect, perfect. It'd probably help grow the thing.
Well, if they see
Whenever I,
you were in a tutu, so me and you were
yeah,
both in pink tutus. So
that'll be beautiful.
what's been on your heart lately? What have you been teaching at the church, or what have you been speaking about lately? What's been something that you're really, just really feeling the Holy Spirit's giving you right now?
It's funny because the last few weeks, and we're creating a whole new small group program for churches right now on a book I wrote called Planted. And it's not a big book that we published. It's not one of my leadership books or anything like that, but just a small books we wrote of 7 things that you can do to stay planted. The Bible says when you're planted, that you will flourish, and it'll flourish in every season. And so if there was ever a season we need to flourish, it'd be this season.
Yeah,
And so being planted in a church right now would be the perfect time if you want to see your life flourish. And also churches right now need people to be planted and to keep giving and to keep showing up on the live streams and to stay connected. And so that's really what we've been working on. I've been working on the small group program. We're recording 6 or 7 sessions tomorrow for that as well. But that's what I've been encouraging people to do, and encouraging not just my church, but everyone. There's something about if you're a business person, man, right now is the perfect time to be planted in a local church because there's some things that happen when you're planted in God's house. And
yeah,
so just encouraging people to do that as well as, our leadership stuff. We're doing a lot of that. Of course, had a lot of our corporate meetings canceled for the next couple months. So,
that got your attention,
so
I'm sure.
yeah, did got the attention on my checking account, that's for sure. But even in the middle of that, count it all joy.
Yeah,
And so it's like I was telling someone the other day. I said, "Have you ever been on an airplane that hit turbulence?" Yeah, of course. I said, "What did you do?" You prayed, you held on, you buckled up, you listened. You didn't quit. You didn't get off the plane. You can't get off the plane.
yeah,
So it's the same thing. We're going through a little turbulence right now. The Bible told us we'd have some turbulence. We already knew we were going to have it. What do? Pray, hold on, buckle up, use extra hand sanitizer. I don't know.
I saw you were giving away toilet paper at your first service. Was that just a stunt?
You'll roll for every first time guest. Yeah.
Now, also, folks, if they followed you,
They say duct tape will work for anything, but I put that on the toilet paper roll, and it was not the same. I tell you, it did not work for that.
No, that's what I was getting ready to turn to this corner here. That I know if anybody has has anybody followed you or been affiliated with your ministry at all. Obviously, you like to use a lot of humor with what you're talking about. Every time I talk to you or text you, I know we have a little text thread that we share stuff back and forth. But some of the things I walk away with tears in my eyes, laughing so hard. In this time of real seriousness of everybody's life right now. Come on, share some of that humor with us right now. Surely you've got several up your sleeve right now.
No, I'm trying to, I'm trying to keep this very serious, but you probably seen some of the ones I posted recently about when I got my report back that everything came back negative. No, I was in the bank though.
Yeah, I did see that one.
I was in the bank the other day though, and I ran in, and two guys came in with masks, and we were scared to death. And then finally, we found out they were just there to rob the place. So thank God we were okay.
That's exactly it.
I told them that day. So we were at the bank, and the guy in front of us, Christine and I were at the bank. The guy in front of us was robbing the bank. And we didn't realize it at first, but his mask, he was talking to the teller's mask came off, and he said to the teller, "Did you see my mask, or did you see my face?" And the teller said, "Yeah, I saw your face," and he shot the teller. And I was like, "Oh my goodness." He turned around and looked at me and Christine. He said, "Did either one of you see my face?" And I said, "She did." Okay, so got to keep laughing.
Yeah, you got to keep laughing through this whole thing. So,
that's
Dave,
so important.
And through this, you said you had missed up. You're missing out on some of your corporate events. But what's the next? I know that this has thrown the wrench for everybody as far as their meetings go. But what's next at Motor City Church? What's the next thing you got going on?
At Motor City Church, we're just trying to build here in the middle of this Corona, just getting started.
Yeah.
And we're expecting a big day. Still had a good day, first day, but we're trying to build through the online and that kind of thing. So that's going, as well as it can go. We don't really know what to expect, but and then still staying busy. I got a big webinar tonight, what to do when crisis hits.
And if somebody wanted to take part of that, how would they do that? Is it sold out already?
Good question. No, I think there's still space in it, but they can either go to my Facebook page or to my Instagram page, and either one of those should be a link.
Okay.
To be able to sign up, but that's at 8:00 Eastern tonight.
8:00 Eastern, and it's going to just be online, or is it going to be through Facebook?
Yep.
Or okay,
it's just online. You got to sign up. It's on a webinar.
Okay. So if they went to Dr. Dave Martin on Facebook or Instagram, there'll be a link in there. All right. So
Dave Martin. Yep, they can do that. And so we're staying busy. I had a book that I wrote a few years ago came out with a new version of that, and we had a big. It was hitting all the bookstores in the airports. We signed to deal with that, and then of course no one's in the airport now. So
I read something today that usually the daily traffic into Maui's airport is 5,000 people a day, and yesterday the total for the whole day was 11.
Wow!
Wow, isn't that crazy? But here's the thing: I bet you they didn't pay very much for those tickets.
Yeah, it's good deals going right now.
Big time. Well, Dave, I want to thank you so much for being on the Cabin Fever. Anytime you have anything that you got going on, feel free to let me know and pop in here and say hi to the world and be part of the family. And man, we consider you to be one of our best friends. And thank you so much for everything that you do. And the people at Motor City Church are lucky to have a good pastor like you. So thanks so much for being on here today.
Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing. I'm excited about this. I know it's going to encourage a lot of people. So I encourage people, share this, get it out there, let other people know about it so they can be a part of all the people that you know and can help. And plus just what you know, it's going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to it myself.
All right, Dave, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. Tell Christine and Solomon I said hey, and we miss them and love them and hope you guys have a great rest of your time in quarantine.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Take care. That's Dr. Dave Martin, everybody, of Motor City Church in Detroit, Michigan. And if you'd like some more information on the church there, you can go to mymotorcity.org. And then you can also go to Dave Martin's Facebook page and find out something about that webinar tonight. One of the best communicators on leadership that I know. I run in a good circle with a lot of these guys, him and my father-in-law, of course, the Hagans. I got a lot of folks that I've been very fortunate to run in a circle with. And so really, really, really excited for you to be able to participate in that. Now, if I look like I'm doing something here, I am. I'm trying to bring up my next guest. If you've ever heard me talk about all the folks in my family, then you'll know that I have a family of ministers, and she is. This is no. Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 or 3 things at once here. But there's. Can you hear me? Shake your head if you can hear me. Okay, good, because I can't hear you yet, but I will be hearing you in just a second. So you've heard me talk about I come from a family of ministers, and I think the last count we had over 35 ministers in our family, so you can imagine what the holidays are like. We all sit around trying to out-preach each other. But growing up in the 70s, right before the end of the decade, was my cousin. She was born into our lives, and her dad is my dad's oldest brother. And she's going to be on here with me right now, and I'm already laughing because I just saw her pop up on the screen. And this is all about laughing and keeping in good humor today. And so I'm going to bring up right now my cousin Michelle Bailey. And Michelle, wow, what do you got wearing there, sweetheart?
Well, I have a hot date with my husband tonight, and just because this virus is going around doesn't mean I'm going to miss my date. So, trying to get myself looking good.
Okay. So I'm glad that you dressed up for the affair today, for this podcast today. So Michelle, what's it like up there in Ohio right now during your quarantining?
Well, it's pretty intense. We've been quarantined for a little bit ahead of most people, so we've been doing it for a while, but it's okay. It's a struggle when you have one bathroom and 3 people living in the house on a limited amount of toilet paper, and you're all on the same bathroom schedule. So that's been a struggle, and there's a lot of bucket time going on. So I don't know.
Now most people don't understand when you say bucket time. We grew up also from a family of construction people that a bucket on the job, that was the bathroom at the time. So anyway, so Michelle, how's things going at the church there? Selma Worship Center in Selma, Ohio. Her mom is the pastor of that church there, and Michelle is kind of like the, I don't know what's the right word. You do everything, right?
Yeah, whatever she says to do, I do it.
Are you guys doing online services right now?
No, we're not. We have a group chat. We do she does a scripture, and then we just follow up with everybody. She's older, so she's leery of online. I've been trying to get her. It's like, listen, people want to hear from you. She goes, oh no, nobody wants to see, do this. I'm getting her there. She'll, as soon as this, right before the quarantine ends, she'll probably do an online service.
So a few weeks ago, one of our other cousins that's in ministry, Amy Adkins, had Michelle, and this is Michelle. I said Michelle Bailey when I introduced her, but her last name is Arnold because she's married to a wonderful man named Curtis, and they have a beautiful son, MJ. And but Amy Adkins, another cousin of ours, had Michelle come down and just talk for a few minutes about self-image and things like that. And during a time like this, I read something the other day that somebody said that, even if you don't need to get dressed up, you should get dressed up at least a couple of times during the week, because laying around in your PJs all day will make you think everything is all well in the kingdom. But when you go to put your dress clothes on, they may not fit right. But I wanted to give Michelle just a minute to relive some of that with us. People need a good laugh this morning, or this afternoon, especially with what's going on. So, by all means, Michelle, tell us something funny.
Well, I work at home right now. They sent us home because of the situation going on, which it's a blessing. I'm thankful I still have a job. But I am one of those people that it's like subconsciously I've collected pajamas and I don't know why. I don't need them. I always buy pajamas. Well, it just hit me why. It's because I am wearing pajamas every day. I don't have to do laundry as much with my work clothes I was washing every week. I could go a month because I have plenty of like underwear and socks and all that kind of stuff and pajamas. Like I don't have to do laundry, and I know everybody said you should get dressed, but I mean, as long as I'm showering and brushing my teeth, I'm all about wearing pajamas. This is a time, the robes of heaven, they talk about wearing a robe, and I believe that's what I'm doing. I am walking out on earth what is in heaven.
You're preparing yourself for the eternity, yes.
Yes, I'm wearing, my robe of God, and just it's a blessing. I love it. I'm all about it because I have to. I used to have to uniform at my previous job, and now I have to wear dress clothes. So this is just to roll out of bed and turn your computer on and brush your teeth and take your vitamins and go. It's awesome. It's awesome. So I hate that we're having going through this, but at the same time, I mean, there's some good things happening. A lot of good things.
Okay. So are you doing homeschool with MJ?
Oh, gosh. He's in kindergarten. I'm pretty sure he can test out. I'm done with it. Curtis was on vacation last week, and he was his teacher, and it was like, I walked out there. I was like, "Are you guys done?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, why is it taking the school 7 hours and you're done in an hour?" He goes, "Well, because I'm just that good and I get it done." And it's just because Curtis has given up. He just totally gave up. He's a kindergartner, and he gave up. So he's just it's difficult. The trying to get online and do all that. We're struggling.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what other people are going through with older kids. And he's got that Common Core math. I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
I
They
know.
ask him questions about.
We started it this morning. Our kids finally, we got off of spring break and started today, and oh man, I've felt like I needed to go in the corner and pray in the Holy Ghost for a little bit.
It's crazy. I mean, yes, I'm very thankful for these teachers. I would not want to be a teacher. That wasn't my calling. Thank God, because I don't have the patience for it. Like, I sent my son to boarding school. He's not even here anymore. So for his safety and my sanity, he's at Nana's School of Hard Knocks.
Oh, so that's where he's at. He's at your mom's house for during the homeschooling process. That's smart.
Yeah, she wanted him to spend the night, so yeah, I was like, yes, go ahead, praise the Lord, take him. But of course, at Nana's house, everybody's good. He's always good. And you ever think about why your parents treat your grandkids so good? And like my mom goes, "What do you want to eat?" And she'll make him whatever he wants. I ask, can I have? No, you will eat what I have. Or just, I mean, she's so mean to me and then so nice to him.
It's not fair, is it? It's not. We didn't get that kind of treatment.
I'm like, she's like, now don't yell at him. He's trying his best. He's doing so good. I'm like, is this the same woman that held me over the steps and was going to throw me down the set of steps? And you're telling me to be nice? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I sit and watch my parents with my kids, and I just roll my eyes and go, I would have never got away with that when I was their age. So it's not fair.
No,
not fair.
It is not.
So how long do you think this is going to last, Michelle?
I don't know. I'm praying that it's over. I hear a lot of people praying and believing it'll be over after Easter, and I'm praying. I'm believing, and just I hope not too much longer. And it's really right now. To be honest, not joking around, we are blessed. We have food. We have toilet paper that we've had to borrow from the church. But we are blessed. We're still working. I'm thankful. It's not that bad. I'm thankful, but still at the same time, I guess to be off schedule, people to not do things to be confined. I think what I miss the most is not being in church.
Amen.
We still go to the church and check on everything and make sure it's okay. And I just love sitting in there and just being in there. So, but I'm hopefully not too long. Hopefully April or May
Yeah.
soon, hopefully.
Well, listen, Michelle, I'm just so glad that you were agreed to come on and be with us today. And we all needed some good laughing, and you always deliver. And I'm super proud of you. After I watched Amy's video of your presentation there, and we'll try and post that in below the comments here on Facebook, so you can enjoy Michelle's ministry. But super proud of you. You did a great job, and thanks for coming on and being with us and sharing the life of the stay-at-home mom right now, which usually it's not the case. You're usually at work, Mom. But thanks for coming on and being with us today. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, love you guys. Don't be fearful. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Have a good time and embrace this time with your family. And even though you have to slow down, just have fun. Baby Rona 2020 in December, you don't know. It could happen.
That's the truth. That's the truth. All right, Michelle, thanks so much for being with us. We're going to let you go. That's Michelle Bailey, everybody, from Selma, Ohio. That's where their church is, Selma Worship Center in Selma, Ohio. And thanks a lot, Michelle. We'll be in touch. I'll call you back after the show's over with. All right? Thanks a lot. All right. So that's our guest today. Hopefully it put a smile on your face. Dr. Dave Martin. My Motor City Church, MotorCityChurch.org, and Michelle Bailey from Selma Worship Center in Selma, Ohio. Listen, as you're facing this time right now, and I know that last night the president came on and is talking about extending it for a little bit longer. Here's the thing. Sometimes, especially when you're going through something new, and I was talking about this with my friend Keith Neighbor, which will be making an appearance on this program soon. But Keith and I were talking about sometimes when it feels like things are moving fast, it's because we're doing things that we normally do all the time. But when we get into new things, it really feels like things slow down. That's why when you're in a place waiting, sometimes it seems to take longer. When you're doing something for the first time that seems to be painful or it seems to be frustrating, it seems like time slows down. And right now, for some people, this really feels like we're in a crawl, that things are really slowed down. And if you just want to stay on that side of it, you know what? This is going to be a miserable time for you. But the point of the podcast here is to give you a break from that. And I'm telling you, these 30 minutes usually go by really fast, and we're getting ready to wrap it up right now. But I want to encourage you, if you are doing things you never done before. Last night, I got out and worked on my parents' lawnmower, and I've never done that before in my life. I never have put belts on a mower to cut grass. My kids are doing things that they've never done before. We're all taking advantage of this time because time does feel so slow. And even though it feels like we're in a crawl right now, one of these days you're going to look back and this is going to have gone by so fast and blink your eyes and you'll just be like, you remember that short period of time? So listen, as these folks were saying, take a break. Stay hooked up to the Word. Stay hooked up with the Lord. And then also enjoy some new things. Take some time to do some things you've never done. That closet you've been wanting to organize, go ahead and jump on that. Those projects that you haven't been tackling around the house that you haven't been able to go to work to do, go ahead and tackle those projects. Get something going and take this time while things are moving slow to learn something new. And on the other side of it, your life is going to change. We're all going to change through this. We're all going to come out the other side, and it's going to be a lot different than things used to be. And that's just okay. That's okay. But I want to encourage you, take advantage of it because God is doing something in your life. And those who continue to seek Him, God is ministering, speaking, and doing something in your life. I hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless you. Come, let's go out and let's take that journey together. That's what we like to say here at Direction Church. And I would just encourage you, don't just walk around with your head down and wondering when this is going to end. Come on, make the most of it. Make the most of it. All right? Let's break that cabin fever. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
With your light, you guide me. chosen way, and I'll stand in the evil day, and I'll run my race until the end. And I'll speak the words of life, and I'll pray with all my might, and I live my life this way because I'm free. Are you free in here tonight? You made me righteous. I can come boldly to your throne. You were always with me, and I will never be alone. I am not defeated. I was born into victory's plan. I'm an overcomer, 'cause you now know who I am. The price for eternity was paid for by your blood. Now I know my battle's won. And I walk in the chosen way, and I'll stay in the evil day, and I'll run my race until the end. And I'll speak the words of life, and I'll praise with all my might, and I live my life this way because and I walk in the chosen way, and I'll stand in the evil day, I'll run my race until the end. And I'll speak the words of life, and I'll praise with all my might, and I live my life this way because come on, sing it out, I walk. And I walk in the chosen way, and I'll stand in the evil day, and I'll run my race until the end. And I'll speak the words of life, and I'll praise with all my might, and I live my life this way because I'm free. I'm free.
Walk in your freedom. We'll stand in your freedom. We'll run in your freedom. We speak in your freedom. We pray